Welcome to another exciting week of JJW Sports Chats. I'm Will the Thrill.
And I'm just Josh. And here we are with another fun, exciting episode. Yeah. Crazy week. A lot of injuries and stuff going on for a lot of teams. I feel bad for some of these players. So let's get right into it. We will start with, and I'll do it because it's my team. Thursday night football. We had the Dallas Cowboys going to Detroit. And yes, we lost 44-30. We did not. First half, we looked horrible. I did not watch the second half. I fell asleep. But our Cowboys kicker set 2 records on Thursday: 3 or more kicks over 50 yards in one game, and fastest to 100 field goals made.
Wow.
Yeah. So that set 2 records. Now, Detroit had some bad news coming out of that. Their safety, Brian Branch, torn his Achilles. So, of course, that puts him out for the year. So, yeah, that starts with some of our bad news. After some good news out of that game, we got a little bit of both.
2 for 1.
Yeah. But, yeah, Cowboys, like I said, looked bad in the first half. Apparently, they tried making a comeback, but, yeah, cut short. That's kind of a hurt piece. Before that, we definitely had a chance of maybe taking the division. Now we're still in a playoff run, but divisions, yeah, it's kind of hard to say right now.
But CeeDee Lamb actually did come through. 6 receptions, 121 yards.
Yep, he ended up having a good game. Yeah,
for 376.
I'll say you look at it and it doesn't look like a bad game, but the first half was just bad. Dallas just and it wasn't even like that the players were bad. It was just a lot of penalties and stuff that they got caught on. They were doing holding stuff like that. They had a touchdown stopped. They would have been on the 1 and goal and it got called back for There was all different crazy calls going on. Yeah. Let's just move on.
Heading into Sunday, we have the Seattle Supersonics. The Seattle Seahawks head into
Atlanta.
And 37-9 Seahawks. Sam Darnold had 3 TDs to JSN, who received 2 of those. I think we both picked Seahawks for that one.
Oh, definitely did.
Bengals did put on a good clinic against the Buffalo Bills with Josh Allen. If I'm not mistaken, he threw he's responsible for 4 touchdowns. 39-34 Bills.
It says 3. Joe Barrow had 4 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Josh Allen had 3 touchdowns. It says.
And one of them was rushing. He also had a rushing one.
It just says 3 touchdowns altogether.
Oh.
Unless they're just counting out passing, who knows?
That's probably passing because he did have 4 total. I have him for my fantasy.
Let's see.
And I didn't start
him.
We'll talk about that later.
That wasn't smart.
No, it wasn't. Tony Pollard runs for 161 yards and 2 TDs as Titans outlast Sanders and the Browns 31-29. That's the Tennessee Titans taking on the Cleveland Browns, and Titans with a win. Their second win of the season. Sanders put on the clinic.
Yeah.
He did have 3 touchdowns that game.
Yeah.
Just too much. The Washington Commanders took on the Vikings, and the Commanders get shut out. This ain't hockey, man. 31-0.
But they took a beating. Definitely score wise and just in game. Ex-Eagle, Zach Ertz, ACL.
Yeah.
Done for the year.
Done. And,
Done.
if I'm not mistaken, I think this was also going to be his final year. So I hope, nobody wants to go out on an injury as your final season. So hopefully, and all prayers go to Zach Ertz.
Yeah, he was talking about this being his final year. We'll see if this changes his mind to maybe come back if he can. Also, I know what's his name came back.
And
quarterback was back, but he also left the game again with his elbow.
Shame. It's just a shame, man. Like, injuries is part of football. I get it, but all right, we got the Miami Dolphins with a record 6-7, 34-10 against the I almost said New Jersey Jets, but I meant the New York Jets. 34-10.
That could have went either way. With the way both teams play this year, that could have went either way. Definitely didn't see a blowout 34-10 coming.
No.
But
no.
Hey, that's what happens.
All right. How about this one, Josh? The Saints beat the Buccaneers 24-20.
Yay. And what?
That's an upset.
I know we both picked the Bucs, so yeah. I didn't. Not a game that was on around here.
Anymore. Out of all football teams, they're not the bottom. They're 3-10. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? We have here we go. The Indianapolis Colts took the L against the Jacksonville Jaguars, 36-19.
Yes. Took a very bad beating. They lost this. They also lost Daniel Jones with an Achilles injury.
Yep.
So that will put him out for the rest of the year.
And he had surgery today.
Yeah. Now, with that, they have already signed a replacement, I guess. And yeah, they brought in Grandpa Phillip Rivers at 44 years old. We'll see how that works out.
And being a Colt for his final season, that's actually pretty impressive, though, that they immediately like, hey, what are you doing? You care to come back? All right, continuing on. So the Jaguars 9-4. This is their 11th consecutive home win against the Colts. So this is something that Indianapolis seems to be struggling with. It could be just relaxing in that Florida weather. That's probably what's doing it. The Pittsburgh Steelers held on to beat the Ravens 27-22.
Yeah, Ravens they looked really bad in the first half of that game. Because I know, if I'm not mistaken, they couldn't score in the first half. They just got, I think, field goals.
Yep.
I don't know, because they had Lamar and they had Sir Henry, so just a bad game. They got outplayed. Steelers were able to pull it out.
And they're actually the leaders in their division at this moment in the East. In the AFC East, I should say, in their division.
Yeah.
The Broncos beat the Raiders. Las Vegas Raiders 24-17. Knicks didn't do that bad. 31 for 38 throwing for 212 yards.
Yeah.
That's impressive. Only missed 7 people. All right, continuing on. Oh, this had to have been probably one of the games of the week with the Bears taking on their division rivals, the Green Bay Packers. And the Packers prevailed 28-21.
Yep. Let's go, Pack. I called that one.
Love was something else in this one. And
I did catch a little bit of this game. And
it's just weird how the setup is because the Bears were technically in first place. With this loss, not only because a loss, but it was a division loss, it dropped them all the way to, what is it, fifth place?
Hold on. Let me double check.
Because
they're still second in their
division. That tie helped the Green Bay Packers out big time.
Yep. That's the only reason really they're above them right now is that tie.
Interesting. Well, Jordan Love, 234 yards passing, 3 TDs. And Jacobs with 1 rushing in with 86 yards. All right. I know some 49ers fans hate to see this, but the LA Rams continue to dominate 45-17 over their division rivals, the Cardinals.
Not really, surprised about 45-17, but not a surprise that they won.
Right. Especially with Matthew Stafford with 281 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. A lot of quarterbacks really were throwing off their arm today. On that day.
Definitely was. Definitely were. I know the Cardinals did announce that Murray would not be back at all this year. They were hoping for it, but he will not be with his foot injury. So they'll just keep going with what's his name? Marset.
What's his name?
or Brissett, whatever it is.
Whatever his name is.
Yep. However you say it. And what, we got Sunday night football game left?
Yeah.
Monday night?
Yeah.
All right, I'll take Sunday night.
We're happy about this one.
Sunday night, we got the Texans going to KC and pulling off the win 20-10. I did watch a little bit of early in the game, and Chiefs just looked bad.
Yes, they did. Receivers didn't want to catch the ball.
Yeah, it was bad.
It was bad. Mahomes got picked 3 times.
That
is so uncharacteristic.
And now with that loss also
put him in danger.
With that loss, it now knocks the Chiefs. Actually knocks them out of the chance of winning the division, which would be the first time in 7 or 8 years that they've not won the division.
Yep.
And puts them holding on by like a pinky to the playoffs right now.
Yep. And the funny thing is,
if they do get in,
they're tied with the Miami Dolphins. That's telling you something.
Yeah. And the thing is, though, but if they do make it in, they're dangerous still. That's the scary part, though. They got to be people got to knock them out now. Just get them while they're out. All right, sir. You can go ahead with Monday Night Football, sir.
All right. I had fun with this one because it was so bad. So bad. I'm glad I missed the first half because I was watching Monday Night Raw WWE. But so I flipped over to Disney Plus because I wanted to watch the game and have some fun with it, and I was watching it as characters with Monster Inc. And yeah, I'm glad I did do it that way than actually watch the game to hear Hurts getting picked off 4 times. And if I'm not mistaken, I heard there was a turnover twice in the same series. If I heard that correct.
No, not the same series. The same play. He set a record for the first quarterback to get 2 turnovers in the same play. He threw an interception. They punched it out of the guy that was trying to run it from the Chargers. He recovered it and fumbled it. And the Chargers recovered it.
Yeah, I think it was that California weather. He wasn't used to that.
So yeah, that was bad.
Yes, the whole game was bad. 6 receptions for A.J. Brown for 100 yards. Barkley, a touchdown with 122 yards, surprisingly, out of Barkley.
That's more of a Barkley kind of game.
But this is the crazy thing. Hurts threw 40 times, only completed 21 for 240 yards, 4 interceptions, and, of course, a key one at the final seconds of the game, which got tipped trying to get it to Dotson, and then the guy who pretty much seemed like he was on an imaginary green jersey caught the ball pretty much all of those interceptions. Like it was a magnet to them. So the Eagles lose again, 3rd straight losses for your Philadelphia Eagles, 19-22. Yeah, like I said, I'm glad I was watching it on Monsters Inc. to see Mike Kowalski playing as AJ Brown. It was cute. Sully, yeah, it was funny because every time you see Sully, who played the top guy on the other team, yeah, it was plucked.
Yeah. I didn't see any of the game. I did see that play. I watched the clip of that play, the interception fumble play this morning. Yeah, that was just bad all around.
That was weird to hear
it. Go watch the clip. After the show, go on YouTube and watch the clip.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to because that was some interesting stuff, man.
Just yeah, look up that. Just watch that clip alone, and you'll understand. It's the whole definition of the game.
All right. Let's get off of this week. Let's look at the next week. AJ Brown drops a lot.
No. Read that. No. AJ drops a lot. Brown. So like his, you know how wrestlers like Hunter Hearst Helmsley or I'm trying to think of someone that has a longer name that would make sense. But you get what it's trying to be. It's like trying to say like that's should be his nickname in between his
But he was the only one catching.
He dropped what could have been the winning touchdown. It was right in his hands. Yeah.
Oh.
Or could have got them in this. Yeah. He dropped he dropped one he should have caught that could have got them the game. And it was towards the end of the game, like their last chance to like they could have won, and he dropped.
Yeah,
it.
but Hurts was also throwing like crazy. The receivers, nowhere near the spot. I'm not.
This was literally like, look, he was like this. The ball was in his hand like this, and he dropped it.
Oh, like certain people for Mahomes did too, huh?
Kind of like that one from Kelsey, yeah, that he said 99. That Holmes even said 99 out of 100 times he catches that. So yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's.
It was one of those kind of looking
plays. Get off this damn week. Eagles are in danger because it's their third loss in a row, and they don't seem like they have any answers. Like I said, 2023 is looking brighter and brighter right now. I just hope I'm wrong. All right, so next Thursday night, this Thursday, 2 days from now, y'all, since we do this on Tuesday on Prime Video, we have the Atlanta Falcons traveling to Tampa Bay to take on the Bucs.
I'm going with the Bucs like I always do, even though after what happened to them last week, I don't know if I should.
I'm going to go with them just because they're the home team.
Yeah, I'm sticking with them.
That's the only reason I'm going with that. I have faith in Baker Mayfield. I need faith in somebody. All right, Cleveland Browns. I can't even say the Clowns anymore because Sanders is actually putting up. He's trying.
And he is starting again, yep.
So, and he's going to be, and there's news that he is reported going to be the starter for the rest of the season.
Yep.
So the Cleveland Browns, 3-10, taking on the 9-4 Chicago Bears.
Let's go Bears.
Bears, the Bears. All right, let's read this comment real quick. Barkley came out and said there's a lot of drama on the sidelines too.
I believe it.
Huh?
I believe it.
I believe it.
I said
but you know,
remember what I said last week.
Actually comes out and says it.
Oh, yeah, he don't care. He'll tell you how it is. He'll tell you what's going on.
I think Barkley needs to take him on one of those meditation fields. Namaste. Let them calm down and get their acts together.
Hey, but that's what I said last week. There was more going on we didn't know about.
Yeah, there probably definitely is. The Los Angeles Chargers sitting pretty at 9-4, taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. And the crazy thing is, Herbert had a broken hand playing.
Yeah, it's his non-throwing hand. Yep.
But it's still, he was actually still running the ball.
I'm going Chargers here, even though they're in KC. They've proven they can be beaten KC the last couple weeks. So let's go Chargers.
In fact, that's how the season started off, with them beating KC, if you remember correctly, and it was a spanking. I'm going to go with that way again too. The question is, did Kansas City remember? In fact, it's funny because Raw was at Kansas City last night. They definitely poked fun at them getting spanked by the Houston Texans.
Yep.
The Buffalo Bills taking on the New England Patriots. That's going to be a game. That is going to be a game.
Yeah, it is. Now, one thing with the Buffalo Bills, and I forgot to say it earlier, Slay, who was released
by the Pittsburgh Steelers.
The Bills did try to pick him up, but he said he wasn't going to report because he was trying to decide if he was going to play football or anything anymore. I haven't seen any updates on it. So I don't know what happened, but I know the Eagles were trying to get him also, but Buffalo beat him to it. So I don't know what's going to happen there. That'll be fun to keep an eye on.
Indeed.
But I'll go with the Patriots at home.
Oh, you're going with the Patriots. Okay. All right, division rivals, the Commanders, Washington Commanders taking on the New York Giants.
Who cares?
Yeah, we both don't care because they're both our division rivals, but we got to pick one.
I'll go. I don't want to pick one.
Both teams are injured, but I think what's it? Dart. That's the quarterback for the
Yeah,
Giants.
I'll go with New York at home.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with them home. Not saying it with confidence, but yeah, I'm gonna go with them. Because to me, the Commanders don't have a tight end. Ertz is out.
And who knows
Daniels
about?
is out again.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right, here we go. Oh my God, oh man. The Las Vegas Raiders traveling to Philly to take on the Philadelphia Eagles in a must-win situation. And I'll explain why I said a must-win.
Because if y'all don't, Dallas is taking that division if we can win.
Yes. Yeah.
I knew exactly what you were getting at.
Yeah.
I, of course, would love for the Raiders to win. I just don't think the Eagles are that bad. At least I hope they're not that bad. So I'm going to go with Eagles winning, much as I hate it.
Yeah. And here we go. Here we go. Now, I'm going to drum roll because I'm also going to shoot out because there's a lot of talk, and this could be the topic of, I think we touched this topic one time before with how Vegas is involved with a lot of how games are played.
Yeah, we talked
that before, saying that it kind of corrupts a lot of how the professional sports are played now. You don't know if it's legit or if something's happening because the odds are the Eagles are favored to win 98% for this game. So imagine if people put money down for the Raiders on the big payout for that game. It's only 2% chance that they're going to win. They have a plus 575 odds of winning. So, but the Eagles have been looking, let's get real, like real horrible. Defense is doing what they can but you can't keep being saved by your defense. The offense got to do something. And the order, I'm a fan through and through, but I'm also a realist. Yeah, I'm going Eagles home. Just hope that if it's so lump-sided and the Raiders are magically looking like the 1980, 79, whenever John Madden coached them and start all of a sudden stomping the Eagles, then you know something's up with that. All right, let's get off of the Philly bandwagon and go with the Jacksonville Jaguars home against the New York Jets. Jacksonville.
Let's go Jags.
Jags seem like they got it together right now.
Yep. Definitely going Jacksonville.
All right, Arizona Cardinals traveling to Houston, Texas. I think they got their mojo going, so I'm going to go with the Texans.
At home, I'm going with the Texans, too. They look good the last couple weeks.
All right, here's an interesting matchup. The Green Bay Packers taking on the Denver Broncos.
You read it?
Yes.
And he followed it. Then he followed up, I'm just going to jump the bandwagon with you and go with the Steelers.
Well, I'm a Pennsylvania fan. That's why I like the Steelers as well. I like what they stand for.
I know you.
But about our matchup, the Packers and Broncos. That's going to be a good one. That's going to be a good one. It might not just be like a fourth quarter comeback or shutdown. Like, okay, now we really got to play. No, you got to play all 4 quarters in this one, buddy.
I'm going Packers.
And I agree. It's going to be a good game regardless.
I'm sticking with my boy Parson. Let's go.
Let's go. All right. This is an interesting one. The Detroit Lions traveling to Los Angeles to take on the Rams.
That's gonna be a good one. But I'm going Detroit.
Several good matchups this week.
I'm going Detroit.
Woo! And I'm with you, brother. I'm with you on this one. I'm going with Detroit too. See if that running game and the defense could pick up. Definitely after their last matchups. I think it dates back to when they met in the NFC Championship, where the Rams beat them to go to the Super Bowl.
I believe so.
That was a couple years ago. The Carolina Panthers taking on your New Orleans Saints.
I'm going Panthers. Because even though Saints got that crazy win last week, Panthers are a lot better team than that.
Yes, I agree. All right. And the Tennessee Titans traveling to San Francisco treat the 49ers after the 49ers are back off a bye. I think this is a no-brainer, really, because this is when they're really dangerous.
49ers home team. Let's go.
Yep, home team. People getting healthy again, except the ones that are out for the season. But the point is, they're getting healthy. That means they're dangerous. Watch out. All right, the Indianapolis Colts that might have Grandpa Phillip Rivers back behind the cone, taking the hikes. Indianapolis Colts taking on the Seattle Seahawks, so it'll be a test and a half.
Yeah, and no offense to Phillip Rivers. I hope he comes back and doesn't just make himself look like a fool. But I have to go with the Seahawks, especially at home.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on that as much as I would like to. It's all love, Will. I appreciate that. Appreciate that.
He's bust your stones, but it's all fun.
Yes, indeed.
Definitely go Seahawks.
For Sunday Night Football, Josh would be excited for this one. The Minnesota Vikings taking on his Dallas Cowboys.
We need to win, so we better win. So I'm going Cowboys at home. We need this. Even to just stay in the playoffs, we need this. I don't even care about the division. If we want any chance to make the playoffs, we have to win. We pretty much can't lose any more games.
Right. I hate to say it, but I'm going with Dallas as well. They're home.
Oh, why we gotta go there? You can not you. Yes. You can't just say the Cowboys. Why we gotta go Cowgirls?
That's what I usually call them in my trash talk.
Yeah, it's all good. I don't care. That's why I'm laughing about it. I don't care. It don't bother me.
And
then Monday Night Football. We got the Miami Dolphins traveling to Pittsburgh. Coming up to the cold. Because it's going to be cold this weekend. And it's even colder in Pittsburgh than it is here. Steelers. Not just because they're in the cold, but Steelers are home. Let's go.
Let's go. I agree.
All right, that wraps up our picks.
So I'll go ahead and review and our preview for this upcoming week.
Yep, so that's all the NFL. Some NHL news. Lightning signed defenseman Ryan McDonagh, I think that's how you say it. Yeah, McDonagh, to a 3-year extension, $12.3 million contract. Dallas Stars center Tyler Seguin is out for the season with an ACL injury. And news coming out is it's not 100% yes or no yet. Winter Olympics are coming up. The NHL players are supposed to be going this year, but there's a very slight chance they may not now because for one, the rink's not even finished being built that they're supposed to play on. And they don't know if it's going to be finished, and it's a smaller rink, and they're worried about safety reasons.
Makes sense.
So there is a slight chance they don't play in the Olympics this year. And if they don't, that kind of ruins the Olympics. So we'll see what happens there. But we'll break down. I'll give you the top 2 teams in each division. Real quick for NHL. In the Atlantic Division, Red Wings are somehow back on top again at 16-11 and 3 overtime losses. The Lightning are in second with 16-11 and 2 overtime losses, so they're right behind us. The Metro has the Capitals in first with 18-9-3, and the Hurricanes in second with 17-9-2, and we have the Flyers are in sixth still with 15-9-3. So they're still looking good for in the middle of the rebuild. I don't know why Detroit is still at the top. I don't know what's going on there, but I'm liking it. Let's go.
That's right. They're doing something right, so you can't be mad about that.
So we'll go out to the West. Our top 2 in the Central are Colorado Avalanche at 21-2-6. So they finally lost another game in regulation. They've lost now only 2 games in regulation this year out of 29. That's still crazy. You have the Stars in second at 25-5. And then you go to Pacific. You have the Ducks still in first at 18-10-1. And then the Golden Knights getting back up where they should be at 14-6-8. So yeah, that's the NHL going on right there. Is there any? You do have the Sharks playing the Flyers. The Flyers are at home. The Sharks are up 1-0 right now with a little under 5 minutes left in the first. Lightning beating the Canadiens 2-0 in the first. And Pittsburgh beating the Ducks 1-0 in the first are your big matchups right now. But that'll do it for the hockey. You want to get your basketball there, sir?
Hold on. I want to hit MLB first before we do the NBA because this will be real short.
Okay, I did have some MLB news too.
So they will have the first pick in the 2026 draft. But for all Philly fans, we can relax. We can calm down. We can still get that energy drink with Schwartz's name all over it because he is back. The Phillies did
5-year deal.
His deal, 5 years for $150 million deal. So
nice.
He was the second runner-up in MVP for the National League with 52 home runs, if I'm not mistaken. 52 or 56. He was close to 60. Like that, but he was second in the running for MVP, which is well-deserved. The Phillies give the manager a year extension to also still stay with the Phillies this upcoming baseball year. Yep. So hopefully things turn around.
Now, Dodgers also signed Edwin Diaz to a $69 million deal, which makes their pitching one of the deadliest pitching staff in the league. Not that I know much about baseball. But just reading up on it and reading the stuff, that's here. The Dodgers' terrifying bullpen. Terrifying as in like scary because they're so good. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. But I wasn't leaving baseball out. I was just letting you do best. I was going to get to it.
It passed me when I was looking up my NBA, so that's why I said it.
No problem.
So for NBA news, the Detroit Pistons is still the top dogs in the Eastern Conference at 19-5. So we're only going to see pretty much your division leaders of each group. I'll go from the playoff picture right now. Detroit still in first place. Your New York Knicks is in second place with 16-7. Boston Celtics are bouncing back up the lineup at 15-9. Toronto Raptors are in the fourth slot with 15-10 as their record. The Orlando Magic, who is playing tonight against their rivals, the Miami Heat, are both sitting at 14-10. So one of the two teams are going to fluctuate on what position they're in since they're playing right this minute. And it looks like the score is in the third on Prime Video, 66-64. That's how close their game is. And your Philadelphia 76ers are sitting at the seventh spot. That loss against the Lakers pretty much hurt us, which is why we're in the seventh spot at 13-10. So there's still plenty of basketball left. And your Western Conference, unbelievable. The NBA champs, Oklahoma City Thunder, at 23-1. Still, first team in history to carry this out for this long with only within the first 24 games. The Lakers are sitting pretty in second place at 17.
Are you sure about that? Of only being 23-1 and that far?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know.
Yeah, because when that was announced, a couple reporters said that. So just stuck. Because most teams who had high winning records, they at least had either 2 or maybe 3 losses at that point. You said go LeBron.
No, you see who said it, right?
Oh, boy.
Who else would say LeBron?
It's Luka's team now. 17-6 Lakers, as well as the Denver Nuggets sitting in third. 15-6 is your Rockets. The San Antonio Spurs, 16-7. And Minnesota Timberwolves are 15-9 in the sixth spot. The only reason I stop at 6 because you start with the play-in teams going from 7 to 10. But up to 6, those shows who's so far going to be in the playoffs. And that covers the NBA. The other game later tonight at 8:30 is the New York Knicks traveling across the border to Toronto. And that game is also on Prime Video. Unless you're living in New York, you'll catch it that way.
Before we move out of NBA, LeBron is back with the team and playing and had apparently a phenomenal game the other night, apparently versus the Sixers of all teams, where he just showed up and just took over the whole game. I did not see it. I did see a thing about it. And I was also told about it today at work. and told we should talk about it. Yeah. So I did want to bring that up, that he apparently destroyed the Sixers. Now, since we're talking about basketball, WNBA is still doing their negotiations, but some of the players are saying it's not looking good, that fans are not going to be happy with what's going on. Kind of looks like people aren't going to get what they want, especially the players aren't getting what they want right now. So a lockout is looking more and more possible, which is not good for the WNBA or for fans.
No.
At all.
No.
Now, I don't know if you had what? What's up?
I get it. I mean, with the ladies, I get it. They just want, like, a piece of the revenue of what they're banking. I mean, it's not much, but I get that is what they get. And it's a shame that they can get more money just taking photos of what they do. I'm not saying, like, OnlyFans. I'm not going that way. I mean, like, they can just, like, join, like, a modeling thing and make more bank just by playing, and yet they love the game of sports. It's way different than how the men is. And, of course, more eyes on the sport is more feeding to help get some of these television revenues to help build them up more.
Well, and that's the thing the players are saying, because ESPN just signed them, signed WNBA, so it gave them a big TV deal. Yeah, exactly. That's right, Crystal. It will push them to go overseas where there's more money. There's more money anyway, right? Especially right now. Now the thing is that reading up on it is the contract part, they've been offered bigger contracts, but that's not what the players want. The players want what the NBA players have, and that's where if your team makes higher revenue because your team is better,
percentage of that.
They want a percentage of it, which is what they deserve it, just like the NBA players deserve it. So do they. Why wouldn't you? You're making money off of them. They deserve to be paid for what they're making you.
Absolutely.
So that's the big thing. That's the big thing, is that they want that deal. That deal is what the players want, and that's what the higher ups have not bend on yet, and aren't looking like they're gonna bend at all. And that's what might cause the lockout. So we'll see what happens. We do have that Plan B or Plan A, whatever league that's starting. That's going to be on the off season, where they are giving away good contracts. So that's a good other option for them right now. And then there's also the 3-on-3 league, where they make good money, some good money on the off season and stuff. Where most of them make their money, like Crystal saying here, is Caitlin has a $28 million deal with Nike, so she's set. And it's Plan B, okay, or what? No, it's Plan A, isn't it? I don't know, but a lot. I know some of the players are going in, already signed on to that, so that they can make more money on the off season. But if they don't bend, a lot of these players are going to go overseas, where they know they're guaranteed to play and make money. And they should hold their ground and not give up, or give in. Stand their ground, get what they deserve. I 100% agree that they deserve it. Now, I don't know if you had a topic there, sir, that you want, or something you wanted to talk about. But if you don't, I do have something.
Well, go ahead. Go with what you got.
All right. So this is a discussion I had. People at work and stuff. And this is something I've thought about before, too. Do you think sports players should have to talk to the media after a win or a loss, either way? Or do you think that's optional and they should make the decision, and it shouldn't be held against them if they don't? See, me, I feel, because being a player, especially after a loss, I'm not talking to nobody but my own teammates. I'm not talking to the media. I'm not talking to nobody. I'm going to the locker room. Me and my teammates are talking, and then I'm going home. In a win, I'm not talking. See, I wouldn't talk to the media either way. But I'm just saying, in general, do I think, because it's not in their contract that they have to talk to the media, but some people think that they should always have to talk to the media, and I don't think they should. Especially after a loss. Why would I want to talk to you? Because you're just going to pick out exactly stupid questions. You're going to ask me stupid questions or point out stupid stuff that I don't want to talk about, that I'm already beating myself up in my head. So why would I want more people to beat me up? I'm already doing it to myself. To me, I think it should be up to the player if they want to or not. Like I said, it's not in their contract or anything that they should, so I don't think it should be held against them if they don't.
It's not in their contract, but as a league, it is.
Yes, but
coaches are part of the association, which it is part of it, which is why, like, you hear win or lose, the coaches at the stand expressing some of their questions, and then That's how you go. But it's also some of the best stories do come from the media. They ask the wrong question, the person's teed off, say their piece. Sometimes they have an outburst that's sometimes hilarious.
Playoffs? How you even talk about playoffs?
There you go. See? So it is in their contract. Now, my thing on that is I think on the losses, it should only be your star athlete that needs to talk.
Yeah, but if you have more than one, they shouldn't all have to talk.
No. You pick one that would represent your team if you have multiple stars, like your top, because all right, so you always hear the 75th anniversary. Now, basketball is the most common one that I'm familiar with because they are contracted and they get fined if they blow off the media. They get fined. That's why you see, I mean, come on, Russell Westbrook is the top meme. What? What are you talking? Yeah. So then you see them all preparing, getting dressed, getting ready to go home, fiddling, doing whatever after a win or loss or something. A win, whoever becomes player of the game or a young guy shined, yeah, that's a perfect opportunity on a win or anything like that. And of course, both coaches talk. So that's how I feel on the media, because I'm going to use me as an example. When on my senior year, we played Strathaven. It was the Media Bowl. Whenever Pencrest Media plays, it's an All-Mac Media Bowl because of the two locations being so close to each other. Same division. And I was kind of being talked about. Only because I was a former Strathaven Panther on my junior year to switch over my senior year. Does Will know all the tricks that they're going to pull? Does Will know the formations and stuff? And after we got our butt spanked, Strathaven, they did end up winning the whole thing again. And they won the Central League. They won the state championship that year in 2000. And I remember being asked questions based off the game. And they said, how do you feel? And I said, that's poetic justice. I had my first shift in my high school career playing on Pencrest, and to play against my former team and coaches, it was poetic justice. I wasn't mad. I was proud. I was able to make it through the game. I was proud to even be part of the game. And it was cool to talk about, to even have someone talk about instead of the top athletes all the time. Like, mostly it's always, you don't really hear linemen talk. It's always quarterbacks, wide receivers, or the running back if it's football. But to have a nose tackle being talked about because, oh, you had a killer sack, it was special. Yeah, I played running back that game, and yes, I actually had a lot of positive yards when I played, but I didn't punch it in. But I'm glad they talked to me about my defense and stuff like that on that official game. Just hanging out. So talking to the media, which is, of course, at the time, not to sound ancient, newspapers. It was a good time.
Yeah, I just feel that as fans, they think that we should see every part of these players' lives, and we shouldn't. They're still human. They're still people. And I'm sorry, the locker room before and after a game should be off limits to media. And I know it is to an extent and stuff, but it should be completely off. And I just don't think that a player should be. See, and this is because of a conversation I had, someone saying someone was a crybaby and different stuff because they didn't want to talk to the media. I'm sorry, especially after a loss, and especially one that I know I could have made a difference if I would have played better, because I know I made some big non-plays, I guess, that I don't want to talk about. I just want to like, I just want to get out of my head and get home and, you know what I mean? Try to get ready for the next game. I don't want to sit there and have to talk and beat myself up more, like I said earlier. And I just think that as fans, people think that no matter what, they should have to talk, and not everyone's a good talker to the media neither. So that's why some people don't talk. So that's just my opinion, and that's why I was just asking it. Like, what do I just want people's opinions, but I just think, especially now with the way the press is, they get away with saying so much stuff that they shouldn't be bringing up and saying, or the way and I mean, sometimes it's not even what they're saying; it's the way they say it. It just, I don't think it's right to make every player. I think players should always have to talk to the media. I think they should have the choice if they want to or not. Even if they win, they should have a choice to talk to them or not. But I know the coaches, in NFL have a thing where they have to talk to the media after the game. I don't know about the players, but I know it's not in their personal contracts. If it's something the league has, that's a different thing. But their personal contracts, they do not have to talk to the media. Now, if the league has a rule, that's a different story. I don't know all the ins and outs of all that, but I still don't think. And it's not just football, it's any sport. If you don't want to talk to the media, you don't have to. And you shouldn't have to.
Fair enough.
But I know we have people commenting their opinions, and some people agree with different things. But yeah, they do also make up stories sometimes just to try to get a rouse out of somebody and stuff. So, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't want to deal with that, especially after a loss. You don't want to deal with that. But like I said, me personally, I wouldn't talk to the media either way. I'd be like, nope, not talking to them.
No. Now, after a harsh loss, and you just want to sit in the corner, do your pout and get your frustration out. Because some of these guys, it's not just about the money for them. It's not about their paycheck. You could tell based off how they really are when it comes to about their money. But if they're a true, like, I'm going to use Kobe Bryant as an example. When he loses, he's pissed. And that's how I honestly think a lot of players should feel when they lose.
If you love the game and truly love the game, yeah, you're going to be pissed after a loss. If you're not just there for the money, you're pissed.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's sad that it's hard to tell really how a player's emotion is, because some of them, a loss, and then you see them go back to the locker room. You can tell certain players who are pissed. Some cry. Some yes, we're not in everybody's head, so we really don't know. But that's pretty much where the media does come in. But when the media also does, like it said, twist words, it can ruin someone's career, could ruin someone's relationship, and
yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. And also, I know, like you said, you can get good sound bites and you can get good stuff, but also, like you said, it can ruin stuff too. I could be mad about something, you bring that up, and you just you're the reporter and you say it the wrong way, and it sets me off, and I say the wrong thing, and now I'm suspended, fined, and everything else because you forced me to go out there when I didn't want to talk.
Right.
So why should I be punished? And that's why I said and that's why I believe every player should have the choice to do it or not do it. And shouldn't be forced to do it. And it should be the same thing with the coaches. I understand the coaches are more of a face for the team, so somebody needs to talk to the media. So I kind of get the coaches a little bit more than the players. But I still think even the coaches should have the choice to do it or not do it. in my opinion.
Yeah. And you are absolutely correct on that, my friend. Well, on this topic, because it was something worth saying thank you. That's actually a good one.
Hey, I try to come up. I come up with one every once in a while. A good one.
Well, I think that's a good way of signing off. So please like, comment, subscribe. Check us out on all your platforms. I'm Will the Thrill.
I'm just Josh. And we're going to catch you on the next one. Peace.
Peace.